22.
Okay. You do hear a soft patter. It sounds like a stone crossing, and it catches your attention enough to know that the light seems to have shifted above the gate.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna stick here to see if, or to make sure that Baby Junior doesn't make any noise, that is calm and everything, and wait until something else happens, something that is obvious.
Okay.
And if something does, then I will cross the bridge.
Okay. Um, okay. So then we'll move over to Jarek's team. Um, what would you like to do? Basically, Sky is just going to follow your lead.
Okay. Well, I don't know how that'll go for her. Given
Kill yourself.
unless she can see like invisible, incorporeal creature, I'm sure she'll be fine. Fucking crazy Sky. Well,
Fucking crazy Sky.
as the invisible, incorporeal ghost, basically like flies on the gate. Since I can move through solid objects, I don't know entirely how thick the gate is. We can give it a whirl. There's got to be like the winch to control these things around somewhere. Invisible, incorporeal, ghost form Jarek will like poke his like body through like the castle wall to like look for like to see where like typically like these damn winches to like control like the gate raising are like somewhere close to like the tower. So that's what Jarek, invisible, incorporeal, ghost form Jarek does.
Okay. I do need to know. Do you go all the way through the wall to see like on the other side, or are you just stopping at where you think the gears are?
Well, I would, I basically, rather than just like throwing like my entire body, I'm sort of like leaning in. I'm not entirely sure how well this works or even feels if like my entire body is in the middle of the object, and Jared doesn't feel like testing that theory out.
Mhm.
If he can't like just like poke half his body through and see through the wall, then he'll probably just like uh, go through the gate.
No, he cannot see through the wall. You poke half your body through, and you see utter blackness,
Okay.
as if you're surrounded by stones.
Jarek figured as much, given that the gate would be that thick. That's fine. Jarek will lean his body out, and he will fly for the gate to pass through the gate.
Okay. So you pass through the gate, and give me a second while I reveal some stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So you pass through the
Oh my
gate,
god.
and what you see is a large section on the other side of the gate with many structures that look like barracks. There are lots of lights inside the barracks. There are also lots of noise and commotions. There seem to be several dozens of demons encamped inside the walls. Some are in the barracks, some are lolling around, a few are patrolling. They seem to not have any real coherent pattern or rhyme or reason.
Jarek will scratch his invisible, incorporeal head as he thinks about like. So he's imagining the scenario where he like opens the gates and we like rush in to find an unkillable person, and then we fight like an entire fucking fortress of demons. And he's like, I think Tiersten has a wonderful idea, and
Hey!
like, and Jarek's like, well, maybe I should have considered the whole idea of like trying to ghost down and trick these guys another time. Now that I'm over here on this yonder side, are there doors? Trying to use my fucking like keys that would be like for map tool. Sort of like around here that I could like use, like, are like the towers that get into the gate, like how
There are you fly around a little bit and you'll see that there are two cranks, one here,
Okay.
one here. However, you do see that on top of the tower is a well, yeah, a pack of hang on a second. Move them over. So of gate guards, right on top of the tower. They seem to have their backs towards you. They're all facing outwards as if they're looking for something, but they're holding torches and looking away. But right at this point and that point are two large cranks to lift up the gate.
Son of a bitch, of course they're up there. Jarek, like, sighs. He hates Lady Celine now with a passion, because of course this fortress was designed like this, because it's her fortress.
Mm-hmm.
Where these demons are. Okay. He throws a rock now. He presses through the solid object. He can't fucking throw the rock, so it doesn't even work. I think Sky would have to be the one who, like, activates the gates anyway, because of the incorporeal man here. Here's what Jarek will do. Jarek is invisible. Jarek is going to remind me, God, what all the fate point can do for me. I don't suppose I could use it to automatically succeed on the skill check, can I?
No, you can use it to re-roll a skill check.
Okay. Well, what's the point of fate then? Stop.
Your fate is not fixed, Jarek.
I trust in logic. In that case, since they are so interested and distracted looking over yonder, and a non-attack spell won't break the invisibility, and I can't drink another potion, like give me another reroll without breaking the invisibility either, because I can only have one potion effect at a time. Jarek is going to use ghost sound to make the sounds of, well, he got like a complete like face full and like the full body and sensory like exposure of one of those crazy damn like boar demons ever so long ago, back when we fought one, and Jarek kind of pissed it off and it wanted to kill him. Jarek is going to like create the sounds of one of those trundling around over here, basically like towards this building, in the hopes that the demons will like wheel around and look over yonder.
Okay. Roll me a ghost sound.
I can do that. I'm a big kid. Look what I can do.
Wait.
Must have driven your parents crazy if that's what you did as a kid.
Mommy, wow, I can go sound now.
Wow.
You expertly pull off the ghost sound, and a very startled pack of demons. Hang on a second. It'll probably help if I'm not on the GM layer. Kind of spin around and go over here, and they start mumbling to themselves. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? And as they do that, and as all four move over to that side, two things happen. One, Keen, you notice that the intensity of the light on top of the gate has lessened immensely, as if the light has moved away from the lip.
Okay.
Jarek, you see very quietly, and it's almost hard to see, but a somewhat camouflaged chameleon Sky quietly drop behind the demons with a sword in hand and crouch.
Okay.
And then she kind of pauses and looks around.
Mission accomplished. This is what Jared wanted. Sorry.
What?
A broken immersion.
She crouches behind them, and then if you watch her, you hear her making motions with her mouth. It looked like, Jarek, where are you?
Jarek is like so far like away from her, like on the ground. You know, she has been so capable with solving problems as he's like slowly rising into the air, invisible, incorporeal Jarek. He doesn't want to make more sounds. He trusts that she'll find a way to solve the problem.
Okay. So, I'm going to step out here as a GM and address you guys as players.
Okay.
When it comes to important decisions that could change the course of events, best not left up to NPCs, or at least have the players somehow direct what they would prefer an NPC do in this occasion.
Literally cannot.
Hmm?
Yeah.
I said I literally cannot. I am invisible. And
No. I said the players,
You mean
not the
out of
characters.
case you were
Out of
going to
character.
decide
Basically,
Yes?
here's what
Okay.
I'm saying. There is a sky poised for an ambush that could go horribly right and horribly wrong. This is not the kind of decision a GM should make. I am playing the role of
I
what
think
a
you should make it go horribly right.
what I'm saying is
That's
I'm
my
playing
perspective.
what the NPC would do, but we've come to a crossroads where, let's say for example, things go horribly wrong. I do not want that to be the GM choosing to play an NPC that way. I would like you guys out of character to kind of, I know it's not exactly in character, but as players, would you like this to be an ambush? Would you like this to be something you hold off?
I honestly would like to be something that we hold off, because if it looks like it's something, I mean, like Jarek can do an assessment. I think Sky could do an assessment of what's going on and realize that, us going through the front gates is not a good idea. Period.
Mhm.
And there's no reason right now, the way things are, that both of them couldn't retreat and we reassess. But that is my opinion. I'll leave that.
I can't invisible man again. This was the only potion of this that I had.
Exactly. But you just said yourself that maybe we should look for that sewer entrance, right?
No, Jared did definitely not say that.
I'm
You
not
are
saying it,
horribly
I
like,
thought it.
no.
No?
No, that's definitely not what Jared thought at all.
Oh well. All right. Anyways, we still have that option.
Like the mindset, of course, would have been like, well, what I would have expected if we were trying to like go at a demonic fortress. Demons here.
Okay.
This is about as many as I expected as a player there would be.
Okay.
I don't know whether we can take on every single fucking demon here,
Mhm.
but it's about the conditions I expected.
All right. Fair. Anyways, forget about what that part I said.
Like the question would be like, I would ask you like, how did you want to get into the castle? Like
Find
this
a
would,
not the front door route. You know what I mean? Because
And-
we are literally going through the front door.
that was my suggestion. Whenever I went to go perform that, why didn't you shoot me down?
Well, because I didn't know what was around at the time, right? But now there's a barracks filled with demons not that far away from the entrance, and they're all riled up around here, and I don't know, it just seems a little too hot for me right now.
But there was gonna be demons in the fortress anyway.
Yes, but we could have just choked a few demons and been on fucking stealth ninja like when Cole and Pearson fucking took out those goddamn gnolls on that boat, right? Like this could be our gnoll boat again. That's my suggestion. But anyways, I've talked enough about what I think. We should let the other players, put in their
Sure.
2 cents.
Piff, go, Cole, King, Finn, Baby Junior.
I'm all for the stealthy approach. It's just my.
I know you're getting tired, Kriana. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, stealthy. I always like stealthy, but that's just.
Okay. Piff, Burn.
Well, this is obviously a sticky situation where most of the characters kind of went in there with half like, we're in front of the gate. Now what? We're on top of the tower. Now what?
Yeah.
I didn't. Like, I expected, like, the gate to be opened. Like, that's what I was gonna do. That's
Yeah.
what I came here to do.
Yeah.
It is. Yes. Yes. Okay, if your goal, let's just say your goal is to open the gate, there's the 2 levers there, or whatever they may be. 4 enemies, 1 NPC. None of the other real player characters can do it. Can you attack? In this form?
Yes, I most certainly can.
Okay.
It will break my invisibility, but I can definitely attack.
Okay. So, I am all for this if, I would say Jarek and, can't remember her name.
Sky,
Sky, thank you.
with an E.
Yes. If they both do a pincer attack, I think they can take out a group of 4 within relative time without raising too much havoc. I believe in their abilities to take out 4 assumingly grunt demons.
if since it might help or it might make a difference, I can let you know that this group would be counted as a group of 4 mooks.
Oh.
Or one mook group of 4. Sorry, there's a huge difference between those two things.
They have a collective pool of hit points.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yes, they all could be feasibly finished before they had an opportunity to attack. I don't know whether that'll transpire when they're being surprised, but it is a possibility.
Would I personally take that gamble? It's either that or taking another gamble with stealth, which means we're going to have to basically find a way to climb another part of this barracks and then find the particular beings we're trying to assault. Or yeah, we're here for disguises specifically, correct?
Yes, we're here for disguises.
Okay. Yes. So I guess it's for that. I see that this is a fairly good odds. If the mooks are if the mooks are weak, if it's like 2R level mooks, I'd be like maybe not, but that all depends.
Sure does. Burn.
Well, I have question of, are the controls up here? The controls are up here, correct?
Yes. Right where you're pointing.
Okay. Well, I think either ambushing these two or possibly activating the controls and getting the fuck out would be an interesting idea. It might cause confusion and it might cause a distraction if the entire portcullis were to like raise up. But the only thing is, we didn't think of that ahead of time, and that might be a signal for Pearson guys to go in and run into all of those extra demons. If you guys actually end up in a fitted battle up there and need my help, I can reach you guys relatively easily.
Like both Sky and I are capable of flight, so if for whatever reason we were overwhelmed by 4 mooks, we could just fly away.
Yeah.
My argument for attacking this mob of mooks would be that no matter what path we end up choosing, like, rolling would end up being involved. Like, this seems like a premier opportunity for us to actually get an entrance when we're not entirely sure. Like, we might be able to scale the wall somewhere. There might be, like, a bypass, like, access point that we could, like, rip the gate off of and then, like, go through that way. But ultimately, this place is, like, full of, like, barracks and demons, and not all of us are good at being quiet. It would only be a matter of time before we failed forward into fuck.
Yeah.
At least
Well,
with
considering it's 50-50. I mean, if that's the way the winds are going, then so be it.
I mean, at least with this situation, like, if Sky and I just, like, suddenly fuck it up, then we, like, fly away, and then, like, we try again tomorrow. Like, the demons are, like, lose discipline eventually.
All right, well then it's fair to say that like Pearson or us, we shouldn't run in until we get some sort of signal. Then maybe.
Sure, that would possibly be the gate opening, or seeing Sky fly away.
Okay. All right, then go ahead. You have my blessing.
All right. So why don't we do it like this? For the time being, we'll make an initiative order of just Jarek, Sky, and the mooks, and then of course, if things happen that change that, we can add characters as they must come in.
Okie dokie.
That seems like a thing that can transpire. Faux show.
Alright, and oh, disease monster. Not here. Not now. All right. Give me a sec. All right, so this is Sky. These are... Whoa. That's not the right stats. I mean, nothing. Right. Now, since this is an ambush, well, I guess it really doesn't matter if I rolled it or not, or anyway. But since this is an ambush, I'm gonna go ahead and put the mooks at the bottom because they are unaware of you at the moment.
Looking at the spells that I had, that was primarily for support, because that's what I switched Jarek to being. There is one thing that I had in mind for utilizing on Lady Friend there. Let's see here. I need to check how exactly this builds. The target becomes invisible until it attacks or uses some ridiculously flashy action. Oh, my character's incorporeal anyway. Let me measure out distances because that isn't done automatically when you try to move a token. Let me go to here, like whoosh. As a move action. Might as well. Then as a standard action, the invisibility is going to break. Although Jarek is not going to do much in the way of saying anything, but he is going to cast Dark Inspiration on Sky. The next natural odd attack roll that I or one of my allies makes this battle that hits an enemy deals 65 points of extra damage.
Holy crap. Forgot about that one. You sent me those spells like 4 weeks ago.
Sure
I read
did.
them all. Oh, wow. Okay.
Like I said, I switched him to being different, so like, well, he's not a direct attacker much anymore. This would depend on her getting a natural odd attack roll. So, get a natural odd attack roll, bitch.
What great words of encouragement.
I know.
You speak.
That's right, Dark Inspiration. That would end my activity.
Okay. Sky will sense something cast upon her, look around, see you, nod, and then quietly creep forward and attack. She pulls out she already has a sword ready in one hand, and she basically leaps into the midst of the demons, and...
Can I use my fate point to re-roll her attack?
Yes, you can.
The Dark Inspiration, like, Jarek, like, looks at it and, like, even like with the surprise, that's probably gonna hit, but Jarek's like shaking his head, like such incompetent people. He like uses his magic to like bend the sword as it's like flying.
Hang on a second. All right. So with the fate point, and oh my god.
Technically an odd number.
Wow.
Well, that went from most likely being a hit in a surprise situation to I'm going to go get a drink.
Okay. Have fun drinking.
Your
I think the
fate
appropriate
sucks.
response to this is hard liquor.
I don't think he's coming back, guys.
I don't think he's coming back.
Oh boy, I can't even add the extra damage because it's a 1.
You know what? Grimmeth's right though. He does get the best ones.
He does. It didn't hit the enemy, so but oh my god. Oh, poor Sky. Poor Grim. Poor not poor Mooks, I guess.
Mooks are doing great. Mooks can
I
take
will-
care of themselves.
I will wait until he gets back.
Good call. And this is why throwing in random dice. I mean, like, this is why having a system, a roleplay system with dice rolls, is entertaining as fuck.
I'm glad that the spell they used specifically says that hits.
Yes.
Because that would suck if you're just like, yep, 65 down the drain. Didn't work.
And after all that talk to her about this is not the same Sky you knew, this is a confident, warrior-like Sky, she is gonna derp.
Out of curiosity, it says the next natural odd attack roll you or one of your allies make. So it doesn't have to be like it. Just like she can attack in 3 rounds, and as soon as she gets an odd roll, she'll get that bonus damage, right?
Wait a second. Yeah, the next natural odd roll that one of your allies makes the spell that hits an enemy, it doesn't say it's a one-time thing. It says the next time there is an attack roll that hits and is odd.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's not wasted. Yeah,
but
okay.
He biffed this
as
one.
bad.
Yeah.
He did whiff his fate point though.
Yep. Oh yeah, he completely biffed his fate point. I didn't even know he still had any stored up, frankly. I used mine a long time ago.
Oh boy.
Let this day be changed by my hand. Fuck!
My hand is shit.
He uses his fate to will the sword like into the stone.
He really does hate fate. He really does.
He's trying to get her killed.
This was on purpose. Of course.
You could succeed, or...
Oh my god, I should have given him that choice too. It's like, if you're using the fate point.
Well, here he comes. He did come back.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry about that. I had to go punch myself in the dick a few times.
It's fine. We're right now debating whether or not Jarek is trying to get Sky killed.
That's
purpose.
actually the only way I built a rationalization for this in my head. Jarek's like, she doesn't know what she's doing. She's like twisting a magic, and then all of the seething hatred he has for Lady Celine and Trip, and Sky just comes boiling to the surface. And let's see here. He's got some quirks, he tends to do things that hinders himself as much as others. And overall, I mean, he's the next fucking Lich King. And God, Sky is incompetent. And it's almost as if his mind just says, prove it. Prove that she's awful, she's botched everything.
So it's like the Pythagorean. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up now.
Pythagorean.
Yeah, Pythagorean effect. Thank you. But in reverse.
Yeah, so Jarek's I want his mind decides she will be the singular cause for why we have failed here. She would have surprised and ambushed and crushed these mooks, but she was incompetent because she's still on the side of the demons. And you summed them all. And so his incredible power as the next Lich King reaches out, and what may very well have been a hit against surprised enemies.
I'm actually, I like this a lot. Grim, I do have a question. Since you know the spell better than the others, the way I'm reading it, and the way Inferno and I were reading it, this isn't a one-time thing. It's just the next time there is a natural odd roll that hits an enemy.
The effect continues. It's still
good.
consistent.
Okay, good.
So it's not so much of a whiff. But so here's what happens.
The Dark Inspiration isn't wasted. It's an at-will spell anyway, so I can keep casting it. I just don't have to cast it again.
Got it.
Holy poop.
Here's what happens. Sky very quietly creeps up on the 4 demons looking for the noises that they heard out there. And she raises her sword silently and goes to attack. And then, as if a wall of negative thoughts and emotions crashes into her, she stops and lets out a very small her sword trembling in air, her eyes widened with shock as she is just overcome with an absolute sense of hatred. And she lets out a little gasp that causes all 4 demons to turn around. So, it's their turn. They have a momentary moment of shock and surprise as they see an elf who is no longer camouflaged, with white wings, with its sword raised to kill them, standing still.
Meanwhile, there's like this spectral, like fucking like necromancer flying out here by like the wall,
Fuck.
glaring at the elf. He's on their side. That's what he's gonna call. Like I helped. I revealed him.
You're so evil.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna attack her.
So they grab their spears, and almost as much as shock as anything else, they lash out at her, all four of them. So these are their attack rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of them hit, 1 of them's a crit. So Sky
Get stabbed to death. No,
takes...
she's tougher than that, I'm sure.
Hang on a second. That's 2.
She's engaged with 4.
She takes 48 points of damage.
Holy poop.
It's 16 points of damage, but basically 3 times. So, give me a second while I calculate. Okay. She does look hurt, but she grits her teeth and bears it. And Jarek, it's your turn now. So far, the demons are still in a state of somewhat shock, and there's been noises as there have been attacks made, but there haven't been any loud noises yet. Everyone is still kind of in shock.
Like Jarek is reeling with the utter gross incompetence of Sky. His mind is just struggling to comprehend how failure she is right now. He's going to give her one more chance to fix this. He is going to fly up, basically just for dramatic effect, and raise up this fucking creepy ass spectral necromancer behind her. He does not need to touch her, but he will do so. And he'll lean down and his hand will sort of phase through her neck as he casts ghoul form on her, giving her a +4 melee attack bonus. All the 4 mooks in the mob are vulnerable to her attacks, +4 to initiative, dexterity checks, and disengage checks. And he will whisper, "Do not mess this up for me." And he will end his turn.
Sky shivers a little bit. Her face still determined, and her eyes narrow. And
Well, one. Oh, that's the opposite of one.
she springs into action. Hang on a second.
It's odd.
Yes, that sure is. That is a crit, because they're all vulnerable to her attacks.
That's right.
So
Awesome.
not only is it odd, it's also a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
So you'll be adding an extra 130 damage to that.
See, there you go. And it's got all cinematic now.
I'm glad that I used the fate point for the 1 because of the immense amount of storytelling value it's had.
Yeah, there you go. And really, is there a price that you can pay on
I put my
storytelling
hand in her
value?
neck and pretended to be like she was my marionette and I'm the puppet master.
Oh, I was gonna say Emperor Palpatine, but that works too.
What?
You guys, your
Good.
successes.
Successes.
That's
You
because you
put
had
an equal
equal.
sign instead of
Yeah.
a plus sign.
You know what? Fine. I will just do this.
You can keep the. Oh, I guess you want to.
I don't want to count all that. Yeah.
You're a quitter. Look at all those 8s.
There we go.
Oh, what? Fuck, I'm gonna count it all together.
Yeah, I'm gonna count it too. Fucking.
+4 +8 +4. 7 +8 +8 +1 +5 +6. 3 +8 +5. That's 82.
82 plus
82.
130.
Plus 130 equals 212.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in quite a contrast from the brief moment before where she paused and got stuck a few slight wounds, not well, more than slight wounds, she proceeds to dance among them, in and out of them, almost as using her wings to make her almost weightless, as she proceeds to sever the necks and heads of all four of them in the matter of 2 to 3 seconds.
As my undead power fuels her healing,
Mm,
the dark inspiration and the gold. Yes,
Oh,
my
God.
apprentice.
Oh my god.
Very quietly, with only the sound of thudding heads, the bodies fall to the floor, and Sky ends her very quick little dance, staring at Jarek, breathing hard.
He will give a this is for the first time since the prologue. Before he shot her out of the sky with like an acid arrow in key, he will give her a look of great approval and that warm smile that Darth Sidious gives to Anakin Skywalker after Mace Windu is flung out of like the fucking.
yeah.
There's a moment.
Good.
There is a moment where you see Sky's face a little like not sure how to react. Then she nods and
Open
breathe,
the gates.
and then goes to the gates. Yeah, it begins to slowly creak them open. Everyone down below, you have heard nothing. All the noise that's taken place so far has not been loud enough to really filter the 30 feet down. You may have heard a clinking or two when the spear like hit her armor and gashed her, but it wouldn't have been enough for you to know that something really out of place was going on. It could have just been armor moving. But all of a sudden, the gate starts slowly, the portcullis starts slowly rising. And while there is noise up above, it seems to rise very easily. And in about 5 seconds or so, the gate rises enough for most of you to walk under. Some of you might have to stoop a bit, and then it stops.
Also, as that was an official battle, the ghoul form does fade away quickly. Perhaps Jarek does not want to imbue her with that much power. And Jarek will actually like coalesce into like a corporeal form as the ghost form expires at the end of the battle. He like will settle down on the ground, still like grinning with like some degree of like malevolent satisfaction at her.
Okay. Now, if I may offer a suggestion, it looks like our next few moves might open things up to a lot of complications, one might say. And we're getting a little bit late in the session. Do we want to continue, or is this a good place to, oddly enough, take a beat?
The problem with stopping here is only that, well, we have nothing to think about between sessions.
Well, that sometimes can be refreshing.
Well, we've had nothing to think about for quite a number of weeks.
Fair enough.
It just like we can. I'm just merely noting that as a concern, like we have no concept of how to plan for like how to proceed.
It's true. I can give you guys some information of what you see when you come inside. That will help you.
Sure. How about that?
So,
Just really quickly, I will take the portcullis actually moving as my sign to cross the bridge.
got it. Cool. Sweet. All right. So you guys, and you can move your tokens. You guys enter, and you start to see a lot of what Jarek sees. You see, and again, the map is drawn to scale. I don't have any tokens out on the map because I want to give the impression that there is no real order. Like at the moment, there's no there's a patrol here and a patrol there and a patrol there. What you see when you enter the grounds are the first thing you notice is at the back, built into the mountain, is a second gate, a large stone, looks like a castle front. It's the gate itself is far smaller than the front gate you just passed through. It's just simple doors. But it looks like it is built into the mountain and goes further into it. Out here, you see several what look like military barracks. There are many lights coming from their windows, and while none of the lights really reach and touch where the front gate is, the area you're in is, or the area around them is fairly well lit. You see demons very similar to what was just found on top of the gate. The red demons that you're familiar with. You see imps. You see some of the mages. And you see them wandering around. There's a few patrolling. There's most of them are either inside the barracks, where through the windows you can see one or two maybe sleeping. Some are chattering to each other. Others are eating something that you can't really tell. Some are just kind of lazying around outside. There doesn't seem to be much structure or organization. It just seems to be a place where they live. There are, like I said, there are a few roving bands. They don't have any sort of organization to them. They just seem to be roving bands of demons. In all told, you're looking at about 24 or so. I'm sorry. I'm forgetting how many is in a dozen. About 4 dozen. So you're looking between 40 to 50 people that you can see through windows or lounging outside. But there's not any large concentrations of more than, say, 10.
Okay.
Okay, I guess there's something to chew on. Definitely. Cool.
All right. Well, with that, we will end this session. And then next session, you guys will get yourself some demons.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Gonna find me a demon.
I'm gonna catch 'em all.
Well, Sky is surprised. I plunge like the dagger into her. Like put it to myself.
Oh, wait, make her the lowest of the low. Oh, I thought you were saying like you're gonna make her be one of the lowest demons.
I actually like your idea better. Yeah, like I just like forcibly like one of the mooks that you just fucking like, even though like they're already dead. Like I'll figure it out.
All right. Well, guys, thanks a lot. It is always fun.
Shall I end the stream?
Yeah, sure. Bye, everyone in the stream. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, suckers.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Well,
Goodbye now.
this was